So it feels like it's only a matter of time before Kathleen Kennedy steps down or, gets asked to leave Lucasfilm. The real question is who's going to take over and fix this mess? Disney can't afford to just throw anyone in there. They need someone who really gets Star Wars and can bring the fans back.
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. I think Dave Filoni is the obvious choice. The guy's basically the heir apparent to George Lucas. He's been involved in some of the best Star Wars content we've had in the past decade, especially with the Clone Wars and the Mandalorian. He knows the lore better than anyone else at Lucasfilm, and more importantly, he respects it. I feel like he could steer the ship in the right direction.
Filoni's definitely got the credentials, no doubt. He's like the fan favorite option because he's been so close to Lucas and has a deep love for the franchise. But do you think he could handle the business side of it? Running a massive studio like Lucasfilm is a whole different beast than creating cool stories. He's great with the creative stuff, but he'd need a strong team around him to handle all the executive level headaches.
That's true. He might not be the best fit for the corporate side of things, but he could at least be the guiding creative voice. Maybe they could do a dual leadership thing. Let Filoni handle the storytelling and bring in someone like Jon Favreau to run the business end. Favreau knows how to manage big franchises. He basically launched the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Iron Man, and he's been a key player in the Mandalorian success. Those two together could be a dream team.
Yeah, that could work. Filoni and Favreau already have a great working relationship, and they've proven they can deliver solid Star Wars content. Favreau's also got the experience handling big budgets and managing the business side of things. Plus, he's got that crossover appeal with fans of Marvel and Star Wars, which would be a huge win for Disney. It'd be a smart move to put both of them in charge in some capacity.
Definitely. Another name I've heard tossed around is Kevin Feige. I mean, the guy's built the MCU into this unstoppable juggernaut, and he's already been rumored to be working on some Star Wars projects. Imagine if Disney put him in charge of Lucasfilm. He's proven he can handle long-term storytelling, keep continuity intact, and balance fan service with fresh ideas. But I wonder if taking over Star Wars would just be too much even for him.
I don't know, man. Feige's a powerhouse, but I feel like his plate is already full with Marvel. And honestly, the MCU is starting to feel a little bloated lately. I'm not sure taking on Star Wars would help either franchise. Plus, Feige's style might not fit with what Star Wars needs right now. Star Wars has always been more about epic, mythological storytelling, while Marvel is more quippy and fast-paced. I'd worry about losing the essence of what makes Star Wars special if Feige's at the helm.
Good point. The last thing we need is for Star Wars to turn into Marvel 2.0. They've got very different vibes, and I don't think Feige could capture that Star Wars magic the way someone like Filoni can. But Disney might want someone with Feige's level of experience and success to stabilize things. So if not Feige, maybe someone like Deborah Chow. She did an okay job with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Not the strongest show, but it had its moments and was limited on budget.
Deborah Chow could be interesting. She handled some interesting moments with Obi-Wan, particularly the last duel between Obi-Wan and Vader, and she seems to understand the emotional core of these characters. She doesn't have the same deep-rooted Star Wars background as Filoni, but she's proven herself capable of taking on these high-stakes projects. My only concern is that she might not have the experience managing an entire studio. But if Disney is looking for fresh blood with creative vision, she's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah, I think the challenge is finding someone who can balance the creative with the corporate. Maybe it's not just about one person taking over, but building a team that can complement each other. You could have someone like Filoni as the chief creative officer, Deborah Chow, or another director in charge of big productions, and someone with experience running a studio, maybe even an outsider from another successful company to handle the business side. They need a full reset, not just a single new leader. Totally. At the end of the day, it's about finding the right mix of people who love Star Wars but can also make smart business decisions. With the right team, they could bring this franchise back to what it used to be, something fans are excited about instead of just tolerating. It's going to be interesting to see what Disney does next, but one thing's for sure, they need to make a change and fast.